Hey, howdy, hey everybody, Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at some more suggestions from the community on what Dreamlight Valley should add to the game going forward with future updates and expansions. And we are about to receive part 2 of a roadmap for this year. We're about to get another update within the next month of, for Tiana. It's going to be a free update, the finale for the expansion pass, and Dreamlight Valley has been reaching out to us as a community asking what we would like to see. I did do a part 1 on this when they asked us about this during a tweet about a week ago, but I want to follow up with a part 2 because this is really huge. It's really important that the community is heard on a lot of these things. So on the part 1, we did talk about, the main stuff about like search bars and, the things that most of us already know about and want added to the game. So let's dive into some other suggestions that are not quite known about and maybe just see how you guys feel about it. Now, as always, if you do enjoy my content at all, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go take a look. So here's the tweet. They had asked us, we'd love to know what quality of life improvements would make your time spent in the valley even more magical. Let us know what features or changes you'd like to see make their way into an update in the comments. So this is actually really huge because they don't always ask us questions about this stuff or get our input in it, so it's really nice that they did this. So let's go take a look at the first one that looks interesting. So here's a great one from Jocelyn Ward. They had said being able to assign tasks to villagers, not the same as helpers as they already exist in the game. For example, asking a villager to clear rocks or twigs or spices, for example, to help clean up the valley. So this is something I thought would be cool, is if you could send your villagers off on like a quest. Maybe you have Minnie go out and get some rare flowers for you throughout the day. Maybe you assign Wally to go find maybe even some like rarer resources. Maybe you could get Gaston, if you have the expansion, send him out to go do some mining, or things like that would be really cool to make the whole valley feel like everyone is kind of working together to make this work. Not that we're just like having all of them constantly work, but we're in a video game here, so it would be nice if they could gather up some resources. Maybe you could send out only 3 characters per day. They could definitely put a cap or something like that, and I think that would be really great. Other games actually end up doing that kind of stuff, not even just mobile games, but other games in general, and I think it would be really, really fun, especially if each character had their own like exclusive skill set. Of course, like Minnie with the flowers, and Goofy going out and getting fish for you or something like that. Maybe if the companions could actually help you do your star path, that would be fun. Anyways, a DLV said, great suggestion, we'll pass it along to our team. So Rachel Devine actually has a really cool quality of life improvement. They asked, I would love a sort by button in the items menu so I can sort by newest items instead of having to scroll. Also a recycle option to get back some materials from things I don't use anymore. So that obviously would be awesome. Whenever you do end up going to furniture and you go to like all, your recent stuff is all the way down here. And I feel like when they're coding something like this in the game, it's such an easy feature. Like it's such an easy thing for them to just swap, just the fix. But our recent stuff that we just got is literally down here at the bottom. If it was at the top, it would make things so much easier because a lot of us do use our most recent items. And then they could also have it say I decorate a lot with like this garb mannequin. It would be cool if there was another tab where we could have our recently used items up here as well. So we could, do that, especially like while decorating. Now they did make it easier, you can go over here and like hit X on mouse and keyboard and duplicate. So that already makes it a little bit easier, but having that recently added thing would be great as well. And then I do see what they mean by being able to like dismantle or recycle items. So pretty much like all the craftable stuff, if you have like those chairs that Olaf gave us, those 10 wooden ones, if we could like recycle those back into the raw resources, or you could just break stuff down that you crafted back into like the gems, stone, iron ingots, things like that would be really great too. We have Blondie over here that has an incredible idea. They said more touch of magic pieces to design. For example, skirts, heels, hair accessories, etc. Also on the topic of hair accessories, some hair bows that are attachable and detachable to add to hairstyles would be nice. I agree. I think that would be really cool. You know, when we did get Daisy's Boutique, they added some really cool stuff, but they just didn't add everything to the game that they should have. I am still confident that they are still going to add upgrades to Daisy's Boutique at some point. So whenever you go into her shop and you actually click on here and you go to clothing, they did add a lot of cool stuff. You know, they added like hats, some shoes, this like little scarf that doesn't look the best to me, but they don't even have like any pants on here. Having skirts would be really nice too. Having more stuff for the male character would be really great as well. I mean, they added headphones, which I think was kind of crazy that they added that, but they didn't add pants. I mean, heck, we can't even have pants on our mannequins in here either, which is really crazy. But again, I do think they're going to expand upon this eventually. Those are some things that we desperately need. We got Tia Bia over here that said, I would love to be able to move the fruit trees back and forth from Eternity Isle and the Valley. I would love that too, especially having the ones from Eternity Isle, be able to put them over in my main valley if I wanted, or vice versa. It would also be nice if we could move Gaston, Kristoff, and Mulan stalls back and forth between the valleys. I also agree, because if I want to make my Mulan area with all the new like decorations and stuff, I want to do it like over in Eternity Isle, but I can't have her tea cart with me, and that really bothers me. It pretty much like cements my decorating for Mulan over here in the original Dreamlight Valley, but I want my stuff, I want Mulan and stuff like over there so I have more room, and that's something that just bothers me, so I would really love that too. And then rework on the camera, like more poses and more filters. More poses, absolutely. We only have like 3, and then more filters would be great as well. Now, Karishma over here actually has a really incredible idea that I have been wanting for a very long time. They said, so I would really like to see more friendship levels on the villagers that we already have. Like instead of 10, make it like 50. They could even make an expansion of like the friendship rewards too. So after you get your initial reward path from levels 1 to 10, every 10 levels leading up to 50 could be another item, and they could lock it behind actually doing like maybe a minor quest or something. Extra player levels would be really cool as well. You know, our character is capped out at 40. Let me do the same thing. Let me take my character an extra 10 levels every single update. So then what that would do is maybe increase my overall stamina bar just a little bit, you know, just a little bit, maybe like 2% every time. So every update we're just getting a little bit more and more little things like that they could add, and it would give us something worth actually grinding experience for our characters. I actually wanted to bring back some of the grind we had in the beginning of the game, and something more than just like standing there giving gifts to our villagers over and over to increase their rewards. Once you break past that level 10, have something else hidden behind it rather than just giving them gifts. So that would be awesome to me. Rarity over here said stabilize the game. I agree, that needs to be key before adding more features. We need to make it where the game is just not completely crashing all the time. Repair broken items, search bar of course for, you know, building, crafting, and cooking. Now unsnap from the grid, so whenever you're building and decorating, if you could actually, they just need to overhaul the entire grid completely, because it is completely off-centered with everything. If they had more of a free roam where you could just like slowly move it like whatever place you wanted and place it down, that would be great, especially if they had multiple grid styles would be really cool. They also said ability to put pathing up to or even under all buildings. I agree, not everything, not all buildings allow you to do that. More clothes, and allow items to come back to the store even if we've purchased it, and just marked as own. Yeah, so whenever you're in Scrooge's shop, you don't have just a big old empty store anymore. You would at least have it something in there where it looks like that it's a real store, you know. And they also had another option here where they asked for a weather toggle while doing dream snaps. Could you imagine if whenever you're doing dream snaps, if you could toggle on the rain or not? I actually wish they would add that in the game somewhere, that you could toggle on the weather however you want. It would just make dream snaps so much better. Arcadia down here also has some really great ideas. They said search bar, of course, more foliage choices, yellow trees, orange trees, more red tree variants. Now curved paths. The Mulan loading screen has curved mud paths shown. I actually thought they were going to end up adding this to the game, but they didn't. Improved the footprint on the older houses slash buildings to be like the latest new build's footprint. So that's just the overall space around the buildings. And the last one we're going to take a look at is this one by Yan. They actually said turning item spawning on or off, tree stumps, sand rocks, sticks from trees, etc. I agree with this one, especially after you've decorated an area. If you want like a specific biome to not have spawning, if you could turn that on or off, it would be great. If you could move slash remove the pawns, that would be great as well. If you could actually move them around in your valley somewhere. Change villager house skins or be able to remove them off completely. More Frosted Heights decor. Frosted grass would be good. Oh, frosted grass would be really great too. And then of course the search bar. There's really just a whole amount of life, like quality of life improvements Dreamlight Valley could do. And I really hope they start implementing a lot of these. Usually when we get an update, they just add a little bit of stuff, but nothing too crazy. I would love a massive update that isn't necessarily just content. I wish it was just all bug fixes and quality of life improvements. I think that's what we really need at this point. Probably after the Tiana update, they need to spend a lot of time improving lots of the stuff within the game. I mean, just hold off all the new content and everything and just go all in with making the overall experience of the game really fun, a lot more like smooth, and then start moving forward, because we got to smash those bugs. We got to make things where it's actually enjoyable, and then we can start moving on to some content. But you guys let us know if you have any ideas. I would love to hear them. I hope you guys have the best day ever as usual, and I'll see you in the next one.